The city's mayor is dropping a plan for a ballot measure that would have hired more police officers. That measure would have also increased property taxes, something the mayor says isn't the right move as more people struggle to pay their bills. Proposition A would have added 30 police officers and support staff. It would have also raised property taxes, something voters would have had the chance to vote on in November. But with the uncertainty of COVID-19 restrictions and loss of city revenue, Mayor Dana Ralph decided to hold off on sending the proposition to the city council. In a statement sent to King 5, Mayor's office spokesperson Bailey Stober says it has been made abundantly clear that COVID-19 isn't going away overnight and will have long-term economic impact, impacting thousands of Kent residents. While families are struggling to pay their bills and provide basic necessities, the mayor didn't feel it was an appropriate time to ask for a property tax increase. I asked Police Commander Bobby Hollis what the rescinded proposition now means for the department.
Yes, we were in need of these 30 officers, but we recognize that, with COVID and changing communities, our community's needs, that we have to reevaluate what our priorities are. And we support what the mayor is doing.
According to the mayor's office, not much will change. The police department has already been underfunded compared to similar cities and typically operates with 30 to 40 less police officers. The mayor's office says it will continue to support early intervention and prevention efforts that could help with lowering crime rates across the city. Britt Moore, King 5 News.